Swing at a high pitch there. I think she wants to hit it today, but you got to be a little more
disciplined than
disciplined.
that.
That's the word I was looking for. A little more disciplined there.
She's coming out of her shoes.
Everybody wants to hit, but you got to find a pitch that you can hit.
This pitch should not be in the strike zone. Make her chase it. Okay, good pitch. She swung at that high pitch last time. Let's go a little higher.
Don't forget, we have PT Northwest over here. We have a new trainer. She's got a lot of energy. She hasn't been out here all week, so she'd like to help you out. Go see her. She'll get that
fouled off
on you if you need it, or she'll get you loosened up if you need it. Holly is the new trainer.
Ground ball out to second base. Should be an easy play. And over to first for the third out of the inning.
Always good to get that easy inning for a pitcher. That first inning, get it under your belt. Pretty routine play. Second baseman over to first.
So as we head to the bottom of the first inning, no score for Torrance. Now we'll get to see Santa Monica come up. Santa Monica, the Southern California state champions. And anytime you win a state championship in California, you know you're doing well.
Yeah. It's a battle down there in Southern California all the time. I mean, there's so much talent in Southern California. When you go watch the NCAA tournament, I would guess that most of the rosters are populated with Southern California kids. All right, so Santa Monica. So far in the Santa Monica, in this tournament, Santa Monica's gone 1-1 in pool play and destroyed two teams in bracket play to beat Irvine 9-1 and the Oregon Blaze Stout 11-2. For two teams, if they know each other, the third baseman and first baseman, while they're in, they're not in near as much as if this person was a slapper, somebody who's going to lay a bunt down on them. Called strike in the outside corner.
In the circle for Torrance is Sarah Silvestri.
So it appears that their first hitter is up there to hit. Two balls and two strikes. Outside part of the plate, up in the zone. Like what she did right there, Silvestri did right there. The previous pitch was on the outside corner. So again, like I said earlier with the high pitch, let's move it out a little further and see if we can get that girl to reach for it. I also like what Gillespie did. She's not going to leave it in the hands of the umpire. She's going to get a bat on it.
Fouled out of play. Cat and mouse game between the pitcher and the hitter. And as you say, when you see them reach for a pitch, you want to throw another one that's maybe just a little further away.
Yep. It's good pitching. Gillespie's worked her way right back into the count.
Grounder out to shortstop, should get there, and a safe. Difficult ball, a kind of slow roller out there and gave her time to get down to first base.
Yeah, it was just hit slow enough that the shortstop made a nice play, but really couldn't do anything with it, especially with someone who can run.
Left fielder number 22, Sydney Schneider.
See if we got any kind of game here.
Sydney Schneider takes strike one. Long drive, back to the fence, runner to third, into second. We'll see if they come home. They're going to stay, and almost got a little bit too far off there for Schneider, but she really connected with that one.
She got a ball in the inside part of the plate, and she turned on it. That ball was hit well.
Number 4, third baseman Brielle Minor.
Number 3 hitter. Should be a pretty good hitter.
Brielle Minor steps in now with runners on second and third, and nobody out here. Santa Monica wanting to make a statement here early in this ball game. Silvestri listed on the roster as a shortstop, so not sure how much she's pitched this season.
Late in these tournaments, a lot of times you've played so much that you end up having to go to your number 2, possibly your number 3. And you hate to have to go that deep when you're this far into the tournament when the games really start to count.
This is a double elimination tournament, both these teams in the winner's bracket, so the loser will still have a chance to go on, but you want to play as few games as possible in these tournaments.
So hitters count.
3 balls and 1 strike.
This is right now where I want my number 3 hitter to be pretty aggressive. She's got to come to you.
Nice pitch on the outside corner. 3 balls, 2 strikes now. Again, runners on second and third for Santa Monica. Back to the pitcher. Back to third base. They've got the runner at third base, and a great play by Silvestri, and some not so good base running there by Santa Monica.
Yeah, and it was, what you want to do, first of all, she should have let that ball go through, but if she doesn't let the ball go through, then she needs to stay in that rundown long enough to let people advance, and she didn't do either one of those, so that qualifies as a big mistake.
So Torrance gets the out. Runners on first and second now. Lily Saunders. And Silvestri has been doing a pretty nice job on that outside corner.
She keeps it out there. She doesn't have a great deal of, the thing that will differentiate an A-level team and a B-level team is pitcher speed. And she doesn't have tremendous speed, but she seems to be able to put the ball where she wants to.
1 ball and 1 strike now. Saunders playing first base for Santa Monica today.
Well, I tell you, with that out at third base, she's close to getting out of this situation. That right there is a good pitcher's pitch. I mean, put that on the outside corner, down and away.
Ground ball gets through. 1 run will score. And the throw to the plate. Throw down to third base and into third base, and not a good decision there by Torrance as they allow the run to score and a runner advance to third base.
Well, he's got one job out there, and that in right field is to get that ball and hit a cutoff person. And when you overthrow the cutoff person, that allows the advancement of the other runner.
So 1 run in now. Still only 1 out, and Catherine Ho, second baseman for Santa Monica, comes up with runners on first and third, and boy, she connected with that one. It is a foul ball, but she got all of that one.
So you get number 4 hitter up. Your number 5 hitter up. I don't know that you send the runner at first base. Probably a pretty good hitter.
Runner goes down to second base. There's no throw. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, afraid to give up that run at third base.
We're concerned about third base, I guess, but that was just too easy.
Yeah. (3-1). She should be sitting on something good to hit right here. And I would guess, based on what we've seen from the Silvestri, that she'll probably try to put something on the outside corner.
Ball 4. And the bases are loaded here in the bottom of the first inning for Santa Monica. Anna Oser, the pitcher, steps in.
Could really help herself right now. Got ahead.
Number 1 pitcher, Anna Oser.
Back to second base. Nice play. Over to second for 1. Run scores. But that is the second out now. So
Fielder's choice.
Good job defensively there by Torrance.
There was a little bit of a hesitation when she fielded the ball. I think if she'd have flipped it right away, might have even had a play at first. Not saying she'd have got her, but.
Michaela Winehouse.
Navi Avedon is coming in as a courtesy runner for Anna Oser. She's now first base. And I would send her.
She goes on to second base. So now we've got 2 runners in scoring position for Santa Monica.
If I was a betting man, I would say that she offered at that bunt with no intention of actually bunting it. She was just creating a diversion for the catcher.
So can I have one of the staff bring some white balls over to the headquarters?
1 ball and 1 strike now. Two balls and 1 strike on Winehouse.
With 2 strikes on the batter right now, and the head should be advantage to the pitcher.
Ground ball through the gap. 1 run scores. And a runner coming home. And she is out. So
Never made it to the plate.
1 run scores, but she slid too soon there. And now we've got a discussion here. But yeah, it looked to me like she just started her slide too soon and never made it to the plate.
I don't know what the discussion could be here.
There's the play. You can see the tag was in time as she just did not get all the way to the plate. But 3 runs in that inning for Santa Monica. And after 1 complete inning, our score, Santa Monica 3, Torrance nothing. You're watching the USA Girls 14B Fastpitch Western National Championships from Wallace Marine Park in Salem, Oregon. John Piper, Brian Sutherland. Glad you join me again, Brian. We had so much fun last year at the national tournament we did. And it's just a beautiful setting for softball. And at this stage in the tournament, you've got a lot of teams still in it, still thinking that they're going to be the ones to take home that trophy.
And it becomes right now that time when you really got to gut it out. You know, these days are long now, and unless you're that one team that's going to be undefeated, you just got to kind of get through it all. That was a great start, by the way, for Santa Monica, jumping up to a 3-0 lead.
Well, you talked about a long tournament. They started pool play on Monday. Now we're in bracket play, and you want to be in that winner's bracket all the way if you can. Fewer games you play, the better opportunity you have to take home that championship trophy.
Well, you mentioned that the pitcher was listed as a shortstop, and that may be the result of a full week of play. Oh, gee.
Rocket out into left field, going to second base. She is safe. Number 27, Willow Reyes. That is an incredible job there of base running.
That's a shot, and boy, she can run. We watch her turn the bag right there. She's quick.
A little bit risky when you're down 3-0, but she knows her ability. Allison Lawrence takes strike 1. And Reyes, anything to the outfield, you can be pretty sure she's going to score.
Oh, yeah, she'll score easily on anything to the outfield. And I got to like her because she didn't brush off her uniform. She just got all the dirt just all
like
up the
that?
front. I like that.
That's a real softball player. Doesn't mind getting down and dirty. And that was a head-first slide.
That's a great start for Torrance. You know, you get down 3-0 and to have to jump back in and you have something good happen right away.
Bunt is foul.
Interesting call right there. If you're calling a bunt right there, looks like you're playing for 1 run, and I think the coach may just want to get on the board and let the kids feel a little better about how things are going.
And Torrance and Santa Monica played twice in the LA South Bay District Tournament, with Santa Monica winning easily both times. Popped up. And 1 down.
It's a big out. You really need the runner to advance, or excuse me, the batter to advance the runner. Something on the ground.
Emma Trainey, the designated player, steps in now with the runner on second base is Willow Reyes. Had that double to start things off.
That was a good first pitch. Trying to see if she'd fish for that outside.
Out to third base. Runner has to stay. Runner now goes. They get her at first. Throw. And not a good decision by Santa Monica as Reyes scores as the first baseman throws it away. And when you've got a player with speed like that, let her stay there.
Yeah, the speed caused that. But you're right, John. She right there, you just eat it, let her stand at third base, and move on to the next hitter.
Cassidy Stubbs steps in.
Batting number 10, first baseman Cassidy Stubbs.
Cassidy has some fans up here in the stands.
Well, you can certainly tell the support for each side here. We've got fans from both cities here. They've played each other a number of times, so they're familiar with each other. And a little squibber, and the catch made by Anna Oser comes off out of the circle and takes care of it for the third out.
Need to get, right now, Torrance needs to hold Santa Monica.
As we head to the bottom of the second inning, Santa Monica 3. Let's take a look at that last play here.
Got out of the circle in good shape, made the play. Looked like it might be a little bit of a difficult play at first, but.
So Santa Monica on top now after 1.5 innings, 3-1. And as you say, for Torrance, job number 1 is a 1-2-3 inning. Keep Santa Monica from adding to that total.
Give up 3, score 1 is not a good. It's not a good ratio.
And in that district tournament, Santa Monica won 14-3 and 11-2 over Torrance. So they've definitely had Torrance's number here this season.
And this that may be why the Torrance coach is trying to get a run. You know, just to overcome that feeling of here we go again.
Evelyn Siegel, the center fielder, steps in.
Now batting number 14, center fielder Evelyn Siegel.
Takes ball 1. And a strike on the outside corner.
Down at the bottom of the order here, the number 8 hitter. Silvestri gave up 4 hits in the first inning. 3 runs.
Three balls and 1 strike now.
Well, you don't want to put the 8-9 hitters on base. I mean, if they're going to hit their way on, that's one thing, but.
Line drive is going to drop
Might get
in.
her. Nope.
So Siegel has a base hit. Yesenia Olmedo steps in now, playing right field.
Now you got number 9 hitter up here. Do you bunt her? Might see a bunt right here. Try to get that run back.
Ball gets past the catcher. Runner advances to second base.
Moot point.
Now in scoring position with nobody out. And things have been going Santa Monica's way from the get-go in this ball game.
Yep.
And I don't think they're going to let up here.
No. Now you don't need to bunt.
Good play by the shortstop, gets the out, and the runner wisely stays at second base. Allison Lawrence with the play out at shortstop.
Pitcher might have got, I think the pitcher got a little piece of that.
Oh, correct.
Slowed it down.
Correction, that was Willow Reyes. I should know by the dirty uniform.
Exactly.
So Willow Reyes with a nice play there. Drive that's going to drop in. And a runner will stay at third base. So runners on first and third. Maya Gillespie comes up with a hit.
Good choice by the third base coach right there. 1 out. No need to take a chance, send her home. Let Schneider come up and hit. Schneider had a double to right field her first time up. She crushed it. I think you'll see the runner at first base head for second early.
And there she goes, and no throw. As Torrance wanting to keep that runner on third base, not risk her scoring.
The drawback right now to this is that now you could give up 2 runs on base hit.
Nice pitch by Silvestri. She's done a nice job painting those corners, but these hitters from Santa Monica are very good.
This is a good hitter's count right now.
2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Santa Monica taking on Torrance, both teams from Southern California.
What is a good pitch to hit?
That is,
Interesting.
the runner tags up, and it's cut off. And the runner, Siegel, comes home. Nice play, though, out in left field.
I don't know why they cut that ball. That looked like it was going to be a decent, I mean, it might have been a pretty close play right there at home.
The throw looked like it had a chance. Let's watch.
May have short hopped her.
Brielle Minor.
The other thing I might have done if I was the coach of
Number 4, Brielle Minor.
Torrance, I might have gone ahead and peeled third base. See, 'cause that was bang bang at third.
She did get off the bag quickly.
And that was a short fly ball. It's worth an ask.
One ball and 2 strikes with 2 down. Runner on second base for Santa Monica. They have 1 run in already.
Number 3 hitter. I'd look for something to drive here.
Runner goes to third base as the catcher has trouble handling the pitch.
Good hitters count.
Drive out to right field. Right fielder misses the ball. It goes over her head, through her glove, and a runner will go to second base. So another run comes in. Should have been the 3rd out.
It definitely should have been third out. I think that's an E9. That ball was hit really well.
Well, it was a well-hit ball,
But
but
it was
right at her.
But if you're a pitcher and you continually get behind in counts, it allows hitters to sit on pitches, and it's not a good deal for a pitcher.
Saunders steps in, playing first base today.
Hit a base hit last time to right field.
Strike 1. Runner out on second base is Bree Minor. And for Torrance, got to get an out here, as this inning should have been over.
Exactly what you don't want to happen. You give up 3 in the first inning, your team comes back and gets a run back for you, and then you come back and give up 2.
Runner down to third base. Throw not in time as Miner slides in safely now.
That was a very aggressive play at second base, and she had a great lead. And as soon as she saw that, she had a great secondary lead. And as soon as she saw that that ball was in the dirt, she took off. That was really well done.
And the ball gets by the third baseman. That's another run scoring, and that is one of those plays that is just so difficult for the third baseman to handle.
I know it seems odd that ball wasn't hitting near as well as the last ball, but I tend to give that one a base hit because it was that in-between deal. I think it would have been an outstanding play if she'd have made it. Yeah, just a squibber.
And those squibbers are sometimes the most difficult ones to handle. Catherine Ho steps in, playing second base today.
Worst of all possible worlds for Torrance. Come out and give the 3 more up, and it's got to feel really difficult at this point.
Still a long ways to go, but for Santa Monica, you couldn't ask for a better start. Runner heads down to second. The throw is off. And runner in safe, and Santa Monica has been aggressive from the get-go on the base pass.
It's pretty apparent they'd like to get this thing over with.
Like to wrap it up and take a break.
And in USA softball, there's 15-run rule after 3, an 8-run rule after 5.
And a 12-run rule after 4. So you've got lots of choices here. But
we're a long ways away from that.
We're a long ways from that,
but in these tournaments, that becomes important because when you're playing as much as you are, you'd like to get the kids in and off their feet, and so sometimes it can look like teams are running the scores up, but that's not really the intention.
Ball 4. Anna Oster, pitcher, steps in now.
Anna got on a fielder's choice, the ground ball to the second baseman last inning.
Popped up. Nobody can catch that one, so the runners will go back.
And it helped her out right there. That ball was up.
Definitely out of the strike zone. Ground ball, and it hits the runner. So the runner is out. And that'll be the third out. But another good inning there for Santa Monica.
That ball was hit pretty well, and runner from second base couldn't get out of the way.
No, that's one of those situations where you cannot get out of the way. And unfortunately, probably would have gone through for a hit.
Yeah, really not a whole lot you can do. But another very good inning for Santa Monica.
Our score after 2 complete innings, Santa Monica 6 and Torrance 1. And Santa Monica doing exactly what they wanted to do here, getting off to a great start in that first inning. 3 runs in the first inning, 3 runs in the second inning. And in their earlier ball games in bracket play, they scored 9 runs against Irvine and then 11 runs against the Oregon Blaze. So this is a team that can put a lot of runs on the scoreboard.
And then, Torrance, they put pressure on you, and then you chuck the ball around a little bit, make a couple errors, and the next thing you know, you're 6 runs on the board against you.
After 2,
Torrance has scored well in this tournament too. They've scored 10 runs in their first bracket game and then 8 runs in the second. But for Torrance, the key here is you've got to respond, got to get something going here. Otherwise, it's very difficult for the team to keep its spirits high.
It's hard. It just feels like you're battling uphill all the time.
Grounder out to third base, long throw, and the first out.
That first out is so big. Defensively, now you can relax a little bit.
Magana goes back to the dugout for the first out of the inning.
Bozer would like nothing more than put a 0 on the board right here. Let her team come back up and hit.
Emily Robledo. Takes ball 1.
Right at her.
Fouled off, strike 2.
So far this inning, she's gone to working inside. First ball that was hit to Minor was inside pitch, routine ground ball, and this last one here was inside.
Grounder right back to the pitcher. Should be an easy out, and it is. So 2 quick outs here in the top of the third inning, and Santa Monica really rolling along now, both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, those are pitcher's best friend right there. Here's Easley. She was called out the first inning for being out of when she bunted and was out of the box when the ball struck her. I want to see her run.
She looks like she can run. She got out of the box quickly last time, but unfortunately was called out as the ball hit her.
And when you see the first and third baseman playing this tight.
Well, as we said, these teams have played each other. They're both from Southern California. They've played in tournaments. They're familiar with the personnel for each team. So obviously Santa Monica knows what to expect here, and be interesting to see how Easley responds here. She starts to swing away.
Not showing the bunt now. But I'll tell you, sometimes if you don't show the bunt, then the first and third baseman will back up a little bit. This first and third baseman didn't move an inch.
Strike 1. 2 balls, 1 strike.
And consistently, I mean, last time she was up, she didn't do anything at the plate. She wasn't very aggressive at the plate until she got a strike. So she may be doing the same thing right now. Now I expect her to try to put the ball in play. She went a little up.
3 balls and 1 strike. 2 outs, top of the third. Ball 4. So Easley goes down to first base.
This should be fun. Even though you're down 6-1, I'm guessing that with her speed that they'll try to force the issue a bit.
Sarah Silvestri steps in.
I wouldn't at all be surprised if we saw a fake bunt here to try to allow her a little bit more time to get second. Or
line
not.
drive right to third base. What a play. And that ball was smoked. And the third baseman, Brielle Minor. Wow.
That ball was hit hard, and that was a good play. But if you look if you see it again, I think that Minor was about as surprised as anybody when she looked up there and that ball was in the mitt.
Yeah,
in the glove.
looked
Watch
like
it. here. Well, look at that. I really did catch that.
As we head to the bottom of the third, our score, the Santa Monica team 6 and Torrance 1.
Boy, you couldn't ask for a better inning for Santa Monica right there. Just that. I mean, granted, that last ball was hit hard, but the first 2 outs were easy outs.
Glad you could join us at Wallace Marine Park in Salem, Oregon. John Piper, Brian Sutherland, the rest of our CCTV crew. Thanks to all of the CCTV staff and the volunteers who make these games possible. Also, thanks to all the folks from the city of Salem who have been so helpful for us. And this is just a wonderful facility for softball. City of Salem drawing big tournaments every year. And people come here, they enjoy playing here. Opportunity for us to see some outstanding players from around the western region.
Salem and you know, Billy Powers is the guy behind softball here in Salem, and he's done a great job of selling to the national organizations, Wallace Marine Park.
And we've got a change here. Emma Traney will be pitching for Torrance, and she is one of 2 players listed as pitchers on this roster, and Sarah Silvestri listed as a shortstop but started the game and gave up those 6 runs. Leading off for Santa Monica will be number 9, Michaela Winehouse.
Look like a straight substitution. I don't think Ozer did not stay in the game.
Strike 1 as Traney takes over here. Definitely more velocity, you can tell right off the bat. Nice pitch. And Winehouse behind 0-2 now. Ball 1.
It's a good pitcher's pitch, though.
Santa Monica with 3 runs in the first, 3 runs in the second. Now for Torrance, critical for them to have an easy inning here, not give up any more runs. Drive into the gap between left field and center field. That's all the way to the fence.
It's going to be a play at second. Oh.
And Winehouse decides not to risk it. That's a good decision, Brian.
She'd have been cold at second base right there. She hit the problem for her right there. She hit the ball too hard. I mean, they were able to get it off that fence quickly.
And Evelyn Siegel steps in now, runner on first base. Takes a look down at the third base coach.
Evelyn had a base hit last time up. Oh, that hurts. That hurts.
Ball gets away from the catcher. Runner advances to second base, and it doesn't really have to get too far away. These Santa Monica players, they take advantage of everything.
They're aggressive. I mean, good base running.
And it's paid off in this game so far, with the one exception.
Yeah, Traney has much more velocity.
Grounder, going to be a tough play. Gets away from the shortstop, and everybody's safe. Runner will have to stay at second base, though. But now you've got 2 runners on with nobody out, and this is starting to look like the first 2 innings for Santa Monica.
That was a base hit. It would have been a heck of a play for a shortstop to make that play, but everything seems to be going right now for Santa Monica.
Yesenia Olmedo steps in. She looks like she's going to bunt, but backs away. Silvestri is playing third base now for Torrance. Started the game as pitcher. number 9 hitter for Santa Monica.
Yeah, she's got one job right now, and that's to advance these 2 runners. She's got to get a bunt down. By the way, the on that last kind of infield hit, the second base runner at second base.
There's the bunt. And nobody covering the bag. Ball gets away. Another run scores. And a runner headed for second base. The throw is offline. And again, Santa Monica taking advantage of every bad throw by Torrance.
So that's right there is an error on the first baseman, threw the ball wild. But in her defense, the second baseman didn't get there very quick, so there was kind of trying to hit somebody on the run. That's tough duty.
Maya Gillespie, the shortstop for Santa Monica, steps in. Runners on second and third, and that's kind of been the situation just every inning for Santa Monica. They've had runners in scoring position.
And bad situation because Monica's got 2 hits in the bank already. There's a single in the first, single in the second. It's probably not who you want to see up here with runners on second and third.
1 ball, 1 strike on Gillespie. That is a foul ball.
So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Training's done a good job of getting ahead.
Still nobody out, though. And that is a called 3rd strike. That's going to bring up Sydney Schneider.
And Sydney had that ringing double in the first inning to right field and then popped out to left field, but it turned out to be a sacrifice fly in the second inning.
Ground ball out to second. Nice stop over to first for the out. Another run scores. So good play there by Torrance. Really had no choice other than to go to first base.
And that ball was hit hard, too. That's a good job of hitting, too. Right there, you got to look for something to pull and get it to the right side so you can get that runner home.
Next up, number 4, Brielle Miner.
Time for a little housekeeping and home plate here.
And I'm going to tell you something. As a guy who umpired, if you went back and looked at the guy behind home plate, he rushed off the plate because his umpire was in the wrong position, and he was signaling back to first.
Strike 1 on Brielle Miner.
He was subtle, though.
Runner on.
Brianna hit the ball well last time. This is the girl, she hit it. It should have been caught in right field, but it was a screamer.
One ball, 1 strike. Popped up. I think that's going to be out of play. Almost a catch. And a nice effort over there by Chrissy Pepe.
I didn't think she had a chance.
That was
And ended
close.
up getting pretty close to making a play.
Very close.
Boy, Santa Monica would like to get that 3rd run in if they could.
Grounder out to second
Should be an
base.
out.
And that's the 3rd out. Santa Monica, though, still rolling along here.
His ball is a pretty routine ground ball. You'd like to see maybe the second base come in on it a little bit, but she made the play, made a good strong foot throw to first base.
Our score after 3 complete innings, Santa Monica 8 and Torrance 1. Good inning again. Now, Santa Monica has scored in all 3 innings so far, but this time they only got 2 in that inning.
Yeah, and you're looking at it on the screen right here where she's seeing the coaches calling them together, talking to them, trying to keep their chin up a little bit, making sure they're staying in the game. But it's tough.
And we'll be back with the top of the 4th inning right after this message. So for Torrance now, they did a pretty good job in that inning. They've got to get the bats going, though, because they have not been able to shut out Santa Monica in any of the first 3 innings.
No, that's
Leading off the top of the 4th inning is Torrance.
got to get on the board here. Create some kind of good feeling, some kind of momentum. Chrissy grounded out last time to the second baseman.
Pepe will step in to lead things off here for Torrance in the top of the 4th inning, down by 7 against Santa Monica.
She's a very aggressive hitter.
She likes to swing the bat. She doesn't want to take a pitch.
Yeah, the only problem with that right now is when you're down 8-1, you need runners.
And the coach is trying to explain that to her on third base there.
Chrissy is probably a pretty good hitter, but she's not going to hit a 7-run homer.
Lays off that pitch, and for Santa Monica, they obviously know her tendencies, so probably won't see anything right in the middle of the plate here.
No, and I think that you're exactly right. If you can get it around the plate but not in the strike zone, you got a pretty good chance that she's going to be taking a hack at it. And then she proves me wrong.
2 balls and 1 strike. Well, the good players, they kind of learn something as the game goes along. What did I do in that first at bat that didn't go well? And what can I do to do better this time? And she's done a much better job here laying off those pitches that are not in the strike zone.
I want to see if Ozer just puts it right down the tube. Makes her hit her way on.
Ball 4. And that's going to bring up number 27, Willow Reyes, who smoked the ball down the third baseline last time and then dove head first into second for a double.
She can run. Seven-run lead, though, takes away a lot of things maybe she wanted to do. I don't think you can go up there now and expect any kind of bunt. You're not going to play for 1 run, so it takes that off the table.
One ball, 1 strike, throw down to first base.
Now, if you're down by 7. If you get picked off on first base, the first base coach might just.
There's the bunt. Reyes is out.
That was a good call. She was out.
And that was a great job by Santa Monica there, as Reyes can really move.
Next up, number 11, Lawrence.
Allison Lawrence playing third base today. Runner on second base, walked as the leadoff hitter.
Allie popped out to the shortstop last time, and it goes to shortstop again.
Throw back over to third base, and they've done that before. It didn't work out well last time, but this time third baseman scoops it up and saves a potential run.
You know, and that was a good play by the shortstop because you're way up, just get the out. However, if that was a close game, that was a base running mistake at second base. If that's a close game, that shortstop's going to throw to third, and she's going to be out by about 8 feet.
Trainee steps in, takes strike one. Trainee started as a designated player. Now she's pitching for Torrance. Runner on third base, 2 down. Top of the 4th inning. And a swing and a miss.
Trainee grounded out to the third baseman last time. Way ahead in the count right here, and boy, that was not a good pitch she swung at. And right now, she needs to move the ball outside the zone and see if she can get her to chase something that's not a strike.
1 ball, 2 strikes. And for Torrance, got to get this run in here. Got to get something out of this inning. A swing and a miss. And Torrance comes up empty here. And Santa Monica just rolling along here.
She threw a change right there. Threw a change, she's way ahead of it.
As we head to the bottom of the 4th inning, our score, Santa Monica 8, Torrance 1. And Torrance starting to run out of innings here, Brian. They have not been able to shut down this offense for Santa Monica. And again, these teams, both from Southern California, they played each other before, with Santa Monica winning easily. So it's got to be kind of getting in the heads maybe of these Torrance players that we might be dropping into that losers bracket here.
Well, and you look at it now, in between innings, the spunk looks like it's definitely left. The pace of getting onto the field is slower and slower. It's a tough deal.
Still time left here, though, if they can get a 1-2-3 inning here and then maybe get the bats going. But Santa Monica just has not let up. They scored 3 in the 1st inning, 3 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd. Let's see if Torrance can stop that run here.
They need to. They need to stop. They need to stop the bleeding.
Lily Saunders steps in. Saunders playing first base.
So it sounds like we've got for Torrance, Katie Gutierrez is going into the game. For Emily Robledo, and she will pitch.
So Torrance on their 3rd pitcher. Not a good sign.
Not a good sign.
not a good sign in the bottom of the 4th inning. And these hitters for Santa Monica have been to the plate multiple times already.
Yeah, and now we're to the point where you're trying to prevent that one run that gives them that 8-run lead. That if they can get that to the 5th, they would have to score 5 here to invoke the 12-run rule. The 12-run rule drops to an 8-run rule in 5. Good pitch. Saunders had a single in the 1st and a single in the 2nd. She's had a good day so far. Had some pretty good movement on it. A little curveball right on the outside part of the plate.
1 ball and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. Saunders leading things off here for Santa Monica. They have scored in every inning so far.
Last time she was up, she had a screamer down the left field line. First time up, she singled to right field, so she used the whole field. And
Call strike 3.
And now she sits and watches a called strike 3.
Catherine Ho steps in. Grounder out to third base. And safe at first. Another one of those balls not hit very hard, but difficult to handle as the third baseman, shortstop kind of were right in the same area.
They're so hard in softball. That ball comes off the end of the bat. Pitcher makes a great pitch and just squibs out to the shortstop.
Anna Ozer. Ho is on first base, beating out that infield hit.
Another one.
Squibber.
Another one.
And another one, you'd have to give that a hit as well. Not sure even if she caught it cleanly, if she would have had a play there.
Again, as a pitcher, it just drives you crazy. You've just thrown 2 good pitches, and both of those balls together may not go 60 feet.
And the second baseman, again, a little late getting over to cover. So a couple of things going wrong there, but again, it's just the fluke of where that ball goes. Winehouse steps in. She's got runners on first and second, and Santa Monica looking to add to their 7-run advantage here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
Navi Avedon going in and courtesy running at first base. Last time up, Winehouse hit a ball so hard to left field that she couldn't even get to second base. It was just a rope.
Check swing.
Good play.
And a nice play over on first base for the second out. And boy, that's what Torrance needs. Cassidy Stubbs with the glove work over there.
What a nice play. Cassidy almost got that the one over against the dugout, and this one here she did get.
Evelyn Siegel.
Everyone's
High
had
fly
2
ball
hits so far.
Out to center field, and that's the third out. So Torrance has to feel really good about that inning as they do not give up any runs for the first time in this ballgame.
Step in the right direction, and now you got to go win an inning. You know, you're not going to. You can't go into it thinking you're going to get 7 at one time. But if you get a couple, maybe a couple more, get yourself back in the game.
After 4 complete innings, our score: Santa Monica 8 and Torrance 1. You're watching the USA Girls 14B Fastpitch Western National Championships from Wallace Marine Park in Salem, Oregon. John Piper along with Brian Sutherland and the rest of our CCTV crew. Thanks to all of our CCTV staff people and volunteers who are making this telecast possible. And it's been great for us to get a chance to see some of the best players in the West here playing in Salem.
You know, Anna Ozer for Santa Monica at this point gone through 4 innings, given up a run, but only given up 1 hit. So she's been pretty good out there on in the circle.
And leading off for Torrance is number 10, Cassidy Stubbs, who made that nice play at first base in the last inning.
Yep, and Cassidy's looking to get something started here.
Leading off the inning for Torrance, number 10,
Popped out to the
Cassidy
pitcher
Stubbs.
last time up.
A lot of times that defense can help lead to the offense in the following inning.
Let's see, the second time around now, she's seen her.
Take strike one. And we have about 8 or 9 minutes to go here and before the time limit takes effect here for this game. So it's now or never really for Torrance.
It does, now it does come down to scoring. You do have to score 7.
And that is a tall order. Oser has been in control here from the start.
Yeah, turning around and scoring 7 against a pitcher that's given up 1 hit. Tough duty.
Little pop-up. And a nice play by the catcher, Michaela Winehouse. And for Santa Monica, they have done it in all aspects of the game here today. Nice defensive play there.
Really, really solid.
Jada Magana.
Jada Magana steps in, the catcher for Torrance. Two balls and no strikes, 1 out now. And a swing and a miss.
Come inside. Nice job. Big thing right now for Oser, just throw strikes. Make them hit their way on. Don't help them.
Another swing and a miss. Strike 3.
Right after.
Now the first at bat for Gutierrez.
Number 19, Katie Gutierrez.
Gutierrez is first time up.
Takes ball 1. Drive out to center field. And right in the right position for the out. And that will do it for that inning. So
Right now, I tell you, they've got to get through the bottom of this inning and start that next inning before the time runs out. The ball she was played well in center field.
as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, still 8-1 in favor of Santa Monica over Torrance. And the time clock is at 5 minutes right now, so this could be it. And we'll be back right after this message. And Santa Monica has really done it in all aspects of the game here today. Their offense has been outstanding. Their base running has been aggressive from the get-go. Pitching has been solid. Their defense has been solid. So all around outstanding performance here by Santa Monica. It looks like they will likely move on in the winner's bracket. And for Torrance, though, double elimination tournament, this will be their first loss. So you got to feel disappointed, but you have to also think about we've got another game ahead of us.
Yep. This is one of those ones that when it's over, you try to flush it as quick as you can.
Yesenia Olmedo will start things off, number 9 hitter for Santa Monica here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Got on last time on an error by the first baseman and then grounded out to the shortstop first time up. With Santa Monica being the home team, what that means for Torrance is that they've got to get through this inning and get base hit to left field, and that's certainly not going to help Torrance's cause.
Nice piece of hitting there. And you get that leadoff hitter on, especially in this situation with time running out. Makes it extremely difficult for Torrance. Gillespie, the leadoff hitter, comes up. And really for Santa Monica, everybody in this lineup has delivered at the plate.
There's no question who the better team is between these two, right, at least at this point. Gillespie has got 2 hits so far. Struck out looking surprisingly the last time up. I think she may have been the most surprised person in the park.
Three balls and no strikes. Ball 4. So this inning starting out the same way as the first 3 innings.
And man, this Schneider has hit the ball to the right side hard twice. Once for a double down the right field line, and then she grounded out to the second baseman, but it was hit well.
Takes ball 1, so these hitters for Santa Monica very patient here.
I think they're working the time limit a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, want to keep that clock moving. There's the bunt, right back to the pitcher, over to first, and nobody at first base.
There's going to be our 8-run lead right there. That's the ball game.
And that is the ball game. So we have an 8-run rule here, and that run on another mistake by Torrance, as the second baseman did not get over there quickly enough.
You know that, John, that happened all night long.
It was a problem for Torrance, as they never quite seemed to get synced up there with the second baseman trying to cover first base. So Santa Monica will move on in the winner's bracket. And this was just a complete performance. Our final score, Santa Monica 9 and Torrance 1. These two teams out of Southern California are very familiar with each other. They played a couple times in a tournament earlier this year, with Santa Monica winning easily, and it looks like Santa Monica still is the better of these two teams, and they'll move on. Now for Torrance, you're going to move into that loser's bracket. You've double elimination tournament, so you still have some life, but you've got to be disappointed with the way you played today.
Indeed. I think the Santa Monica's got to feel very good about how they played. They get to go home now and rest. Torrance got tough duty ahead of them.
It is definitely tough to come back after a very disappointing performance. For Santa Monica, though, impressive in all aspects of the game.
They were. Pitching was good. Defense was good. They hit the ball. It's sometimes, we've referred to a couple times that they've played earlier in the year, and both times Santa Monica has won. It's apparent to me that was not an accident. Those were not flukes. The Santa Monica team's pretty good.
Once again, our final score, Santa Monica 9, Torrance 1. Santa Monica moves on to the winner's bracket. Torrance will move in to the loser's bracket, but still have an opportunity. The sprinklers are coming on, so it's time for us to say good day. I'm John Piper on behalf of Brian Sutherland and the rest of our CCTV sports crew saying good day from Wallace Marine Park in Salem, Oregon.